Hello and welcome in. I am Greg Smith, Senior Recruiting Analyst here at Inside Nebraska. That's Steve Marek, also at Inside Nebraska, as I have a brain fart. Jeff Ekstrom, also at Inside Nebraska. And we are here, obviously, to discuss the big news of the day, which is Trev Alberts made the decision and announcement earlier today on Sunday to let go of Scott Frost. Scott Frost has been fired as coach of Nebraska football after a 16-31 record in 4+ years. We've been struggling on how to describe that, 4.25 years as Nebraska head coach. And I guess we'll kind of start here, guys. Did you ever want to answer, what was your level of surprise that the news came down today?
Me personally, not much. I'm just considering what we all sat through Saturday night against Georgia Southern. That kind of seemed like the nail in the coffin, and it proved out to be exactly that. They just looked not like a Power 5 football program against a good Georgia Southern Group of 5 team. But if that's what Nebraska is looking like, what are they going to look like? Against the Wisconsins, Michigans of the world.
Iowa's defense.
Yeah, Iowa's defense. So yeah, not for me personally, not a surprise. Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of waiting for it, and then once the 11 a.m. or noon hour kind of hit, and we saw that statement from Trev Alberts, I was like, okay, here we go, showtime. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the result of Frost being fired wasn't that very shocking. It was just a little surprising that it was today, considering the buyouts in a few weeks. But I think there were some very strategic reasonings for why Trev decided to fire him today. Part of that with being Oklahoma week and Memorial Stadium practically being a walking advertising campaign for the Nebraska head coaching job. Mm-hmm. So I think Trev Alberts was very strategic in the way he handled the situation today, and I mean, he was impressive on the podium.
Yeah, and we can jump right into that portion of it, because that's where I wanted to go is, Trev Alberts, and seeing him up there today, I think all of us can agree, and I can speak for you guys without even asking, because we've talked about this ahead of time. He was impressive today. Like, I think that Trev Alberts is a calming figure in the athletic department that has had a lot of turmoil over the years, and there's a fly coming to get me.
It was a big fly.
Yeah, it's a big fly. A lot of turmoil and turnover within that athletic department over the years here recently. Like, that force that Trev Alberts and the display that he put on, I think, was really impressive. And I think that his phrase of wanting to inject some life into the program and give the kids confidence, and that there's still 9 football games to play, I thought was a big deal as well.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. He's a very calming presence up there. When he was rattling off the things that he's looking for in a future head coach, I was thinking to myself, like, Trev, can you just be the head coach and just let everybody else do their jobs? And because he's big on not meddling with the coaches and what they try to do on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, I mean, he's a very impressive person. I know some people kind of look at his tenure at UNO and the things that he did there and kind of have some opinions on that, and that's fine. But here right now, his hand was forced yesterday with the loss to Georgia Southern. He made a tough call. He's made tough calls before in his career, and I think he handles it very well with a professionalism that is much needed around here. And I'm super glad that he's here.
Yeah, I mean, I think one aspect that really stood out to me today with Trev speaking was that you can take most of everything he's saying at face value.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about Scott Frost, there's things he would say during press conferences, and then different things would happen on Saturdays. So that was sort of a mess, but with Trev, you could just tell that everything he's saying appeared to be honest, and you could take it at what it is. And I think that's just the way his delivery is, and it's just, again, just continues to impress me and solidify the fact that I think he's a really good hire for this position, because he knows what Nebraska fans and what the athletic department wants, and he's willing to do what it takes.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, as we kind of shift things forward for the rest of this season, essentially everything is about this coaching search and everything that kind of fans off of it. And one of the big things is we've got a 9-game audition for now interim head coach Mickey Joseph, right? I think that it will be fascinating to me, and I think the storyline to not skip over is the audition that he's getting with these 9 games. And Trev Trev Alberts alluded to there will be changes. I don't know how big the changes are, both large and small, things that we can see and we can't see, just on structural things within the football program. Trev mentioned practice and some other things, and practice has been a big talking point around here when it comes to one-on-ones and tackling and all of that. So I know we're going to get to the even bigger picture of who's going to be the next coach of Nebraska full-time, but before we get there, I think it's going to be fascinating to see what happens with Mickey Joseph running the program.
Yeah, let's be honest. Mickey is the underdog in this situation.
Yeah,
I believe.
we're handicapping.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the
right
underdog, but hey, he's got a chance. And I like the passion. Trev said he loves the passion. He loves the energy, the enthusiasm that Mickey Joseph brings. You know, we've seen him in a practice setting. It's really impressive. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see what these 9 games look like. Obviously, it's going to be the same players on the field, but maybe just, you know, with a different vibe out there with the team, with the program, and just a new way of doing things, a fresh voice, fresh eyes with Mickey Joseph. Who knows? Maybe it does make a change, and maybe they come out and impress against a good team like Oklahoma, who showed some good things through their first 2 games. So, I'm really interested in that, but also. Yeah, the coaching search, the rumors that are going to be flying, the names left and right all over the place.
Ready.
Yeah, they're coming.
Flight tracker season.
Flight tracker season is big. Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of flight tracker season going on. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gearing up, ready for the names to be flown out, because this is going to be one of the bigger job openings in college football, and Nebraska's like the first. They're the first. That goes along with Jeff's comment about it being just strategic, you know, when he did
Trev
that.
Mentioned that.
Absolutely, with Fox coming in, and it's just going to be a big showcase of, hey, we are looking for a head coach. So I think a lot of people are going to be watching that.
Well, don't forget that Mickey Joseph is also the first black head coach in Nebraska athletics history, and it's 2022. But I think it's also important that Mickey Joseph was just hired in January. He hasn't been with Frost for 4 years. Isn't all the way used to the way that it's usually what's going on with Frost and the way it's done. He hasn't been around that long. So
fresh ideas.
Yeah, so like Steve said, fresh perspective. I think that's going to be really important for this program, because it's going to get turbulent. It really is. And you need a steady ship to be able to get through this, because you can't forget about the players in the situation. Their head coach was just fired 3 games into the season.
Yeah.
That's tough. So, and they clearly believe what Mickey brings to the table, and I think that speaks more about him than anything, is that they trust him to steady the ship through the storm, because it's going to be a really wild storm.
Yeah, it really is. And Mickey Joseph is a really great candidate to kind of lead Nebraska football through this period, to be able to then see what comes next. But we'll have you covered with what comes next at nebraska.rivals.com. Make sure you pop over there. Also, right here on this YouTube channel, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe here. Like the video up. We're also running a promo for 30-day free subscription over at nebraska.rivals.com. Make sure you pop in the promo code Huskers30. We'll catch you guys later with more coverage of the Nebraska football coaching search. Catch you guys later.